When Warner Brothers announced a reboot of Harry Potter as a Max TV series, reactions were polarized. Fans of both the books and movies questioned the necessity of revisiting a story so deeply ingrained in pop culture. Today, Movie Recap Pro is looking at what may be causing the controversy. Possible. What are you doing wandering the corridors at night? I'm sleepwalking. What makes this reboot controversial isn't just nostalgia. It's a mix of creative challenges, high expectations, and ethical considerations. To understand the skepticism, it's important to note that the original Harry Potter films, helmed by directors like Chris Columbus and David Yates, were cinematic milestones. They transported audiences to a meticulously crafted world that felt as magical as the books themselves and have created a legacy so vast it spans generations and continents, providing endless fun for tourists and theme park visitors. This comes with an uphill fight for any new adaptation. One of the reboot's biggest hurdles is the sheer legacy of the original films. The movies have become definitive adaptations for an entire generation. Chris Columbus, director of the first two Harry Potter films, has expressed doubts about the reboot, noting that capturing the magic of the original will be incredibly challenging. Columbus's comment resonates with fans who fear the new series might pale in comparison, particularly since the original cast performances remain iconic. From Daniel Radcliffe's earnest portrayal of Harry to Alan Rickman's nuanced Severus Snape, the cast's chemistry set a high bar. Can the reboot avoid comparisons and stand on its own merits? If not, it risks alienating longtime fans. Unfortunately, it's impossible to discuss the challenges faced by the Harry Potter TV reboot without acknowledging the controversy circling the original novel's author. Rolling statements towards certain people in the LGBTQ community have sparked widespread backlash, leading to some fans actively boycotting her works. The ethical dilemma of IP versus creator, or loving the art and not the artist, makes supporting the reboot complicated for many viewers. While Warner Brothers might want to separate the art from the artist, anything Harry Potter related, including the reboot, becomes a lightning rod for criticism and fan infighting. The studio must navigate this delicate situation carefully to avoid alienating audiences. The original movies concluded in 2011 with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 2. For many, the franchise still feels fresh, especially because the Fantastic Beasts franchise is less than 10 years old and links audiences easily into the same magical world. Reboots are often reserved for properties that have faded into obscurity or failed to reach their potential. With Harry Potter remaining a pop culture juggernaut, some argue that rebooting now feels unnecessary and driven more by financial motives than creative inspiration. Fans are worried that a reboot this early could dilute the franchise's impact. The saturation of Harry Potter-themed merchandise, spin-offs, and theme park attractions means the wizarding world hasn't left the public consciousness. A reboot risks overexposing the brand. The current streaming landscape poses another challenge. Epic shows have redefined audience expectations, with series like Game of Thrones and The Mandalorian pushing storytelling and production quality boundaries. Many critics believe that the Harry Potter reboot must deliver not only nostalgia, but a truly groundbreaking series to compete. High-quality special effects and set designs are essential, but they're not enough. The series will need to explore deeper character arcs and nuanced themes to captivate audiences who've grown accustomed to complex narratives. Anything less could feel like a downgrade from the original movies. With the series expected to span 10 seasons, there is scope for more in-depth character building. But is there the budget to intersperse it with magical wonder? Recasting beloved characters is another contentious issue. Fans have grown attached to the original actors, making it difficult for new performers to step into these iconic roles. Many feel that any casting misstep could fuel backlash and make it harder for the series to win over skeptics. It is also a large challenge for any actor to step up to, with the knowledge that some die-hard Potterheads will likely be unhappy with their casting no matter what they do. It is evident that fan expectations are a double-edged sword. On the one hand, the existing fan base guarantees an initial wave of interest. On the other, fans who have grown up with the books and movies often have strong opinions about what should and shouldn't change. Even slight deviations from the source material or perceived incorrect scene tone can ignite controversy. Consider the emotional resonance of key scenes in the original films. Moments like Harry standing before the mirror of Arist or Snape's always revelation carry a weight that's difficult to replicate. Fans might be skeptical of new actors attempting to recreate these iconic moments, leading to inevitable comparisons that could overshadow the reboot's own merits. And remember, the movies were not immune to this scrutiny. Gatekeeping is inherent in strong fandoms, and it will take keen showrunners and creators to weather that. Moreover, the original series holds an almost sacred status for many, with it being hailed as a formative cultural touchstone. One advantage of a TV series is that it allows for more faithful adaptations of J.K. Rowling's books. As long as the writers keep to the fan-favorite moments and key story beats, there is scope to bring in sections that were completely missed and stop the series from feeling repetitive. For example, Hermione's political stance and the creation of SPEW, Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare, is a huge part of her character, but the movies left it out. The TV series has a chance to bring this element back to round out her personality and drive. But the reboot must also be wary not to delve too deep into other character backgrounds and find ways to offer fresh perspectives without straying too far from the beloved source material. Audiences may grow weary of watching Harry discover he's a wizard, attend Hogwarts, and face Voldemort again. To succeed, the reboot must justify its existence by offering compelling new insights. While some fans are wary, others see potential in expanding the story's scope. The episodic nature of television will allow for a richer exploration of subplots and side characters. The Marauders, the history of Hogwarts, or even the backstory of characters like Hagrid or Neville Longbottom could be fleshed out in ways the films couldn't accommodate. However, the challenge lies in striking a balance. Focus too much on these side character narratives, and the series risks losing the central arc of Harry's journey. Neglect them, and it misses the opportunity to differentiate itself from the movies or add further key hints toward the storyline as a whole. It's a tightrope act, one that requires careful planning and a deep understanding of what makes the wizarding world resonate. Another point of discussion is how the reboot will address contemporary sensibilities. The original books and films have faced scrutiny for their lack of diversity and certain outdated tropes. A modern adaptation could use this as an opportunity to reimagine the story in a way that feels more inclusive and reflective of today's world. However, this too is fraught with challenges. Straying too far from the source material risks alienating purists, yet failing to address these issues could make the series feel regressive. There needs to be an understanding of the era it is set in, which means creating a believable 1990s setting while modernizing the conversations and attitudes to a more accessible level. The creative team will need to walk a fine line between honoring the original and updating it for a new generation. Despite these challenges, the Harry Potter reboot isn't doomed to fail. With the right approach, it could breathe new life into the wizarding world. To succeed, the series must differentiate itself, offer fresh perspectives, and modernize without losing the heart of the story. A careful re-examination of Rowling's source material can uncover new approaches and themes that resonate with today's audiences. By exploring characters and storylines left underdeveloped in the movies, the reboot can provide a richer and more nuanced take on the beloved narrative. This requires not just creative ambition, but also a willingness to listen to fans and adapt to their expectations. The Harry Potter reboot is undoubtedly a risky venture. Its success hinges on navigating a minefield of high expectations, ethical dilemmas, and creative challenges. Whether it can be given a chance to recapture the magic of the original or if it falls victim to the weight of its own ambition remains to be seen. What do you think? Is the Harry Potter reboot destined to thrive, or is it a mistake to revisit such a beloved franchise? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest trends in entertainment. Thanks for watching Movie Recap Pro.